Howdy everyone, and welcome to the very first episode of High Noon Tactical. In today's video, I'm actually doing an unboxing video. In this box here, I've got a bunch of cool VORTEX stuff. Now, if you don't know what VORTEX is a optic brand that produces optics for your firearms. They make a plethora of different things: scopes, red dots, rangefinders, binoculars, you name it, they make it. And the best part is that they are very competitive about their prices, making these products with the quality that they have some of the most competitive pieces on the market for your average gun collector. Now, everyone picks and chooses who they like. Some people like a certain brand, some people like the other. Me personally, I like VORTEX just because they are really top-notch quality, and again, their prices are very hard to beat. Now, I will go ahead and say this video is not sponsored or anything. This is stuff that I've bought from VORTEX. You're going to hear me talk highly of this company, but that's just because that's me. I really like VORTEX, and I think the stuff that they manufacture is awesome. But without further ado, let's get into this unboxing. Now, I kind of lowered the camera down just a little bit so you can see the box when I do the initial unboxing. Let's take a little knife here and slice open and see what all we got going on here. This knife is dull. Always be careful with knives. Disclaimer. But got that open. Now let's see what we got packed in here. So the first thing that I have received, and the first thing on the top here, is a nice little VORTEX hat. Really cool, just kind of baseball cap. I'm going to have to adjust that for my noggin. Hang on. Take this insert out real quick. There we go. Oh yeah. And then we have the rest of the goodies here. Now, I'm going to do the kind of the minor stuff first. So the next thing that I went ahead and got was a VORTEX water bottle right here. They do make kind of your everyday objects, obviously. They make your sunglasses, your shirts, your hats, water bottles, which this is honestly really nice. It's just kind of a little, just a basic water bottle. Probably should keep that in front of me. This is a green bottle on a green screen. I don't even know if this will show up in post, but I'll take some B-roll shots of everything, so it's fine. The next thing we're going to cover real quick is going to be this item right here, which is the Crossfire 2 3x9x40 scope. Now, this right here is a really solid scope. They're going on average about 160 bucks, somewhere in there. And for 150, 200, maybe 250 yards, this is honestly a really good scope, especially if you're in hunting and stuff like that. I bought this personally for a rifle of mine. I have a 22, and I just wanted to upgrade the scope on it. So that's what I'll be using this for in the off season. I do plan on using this for hunting. I've got a rifle I'm trying to get my hands on in the current moment. Maybe a future video right there for you. We'll talk about that in a later video. But we've got this bad boy right here, 3x9x40, really nice little scope. So we'll set that off to the side. And then the thing I'm probably the most excited about is going to be this guy right here. Now, this is one of the rangefinders that I mentioned earlier. This is the Diamondback HD 2000, and essentially what this is, this little guy right here is going to help me find whatever yardage I'm potentially shooting out to. Maybe I'm wanting to measure the distance of maybe a range. So anything you really want to get a distance for, or a feel of a distance for, this guy's got you covered right here. And then, of course, I need something to stick on my ammo can, so we got a VORTEX sticker. Oh yeah, VORTEX Nation right there. That's going on my ammo can, 110%. But that's everything pretty much out in the open here. So I'm going to adjust my camera again and kind of get myself back into a full field of view. So the first thing I want to kind of pop open here and talk about is this Crossfire 2 scope here. This is an awesome piece, especially, again, for the money, 160 bucks, at least where they're selling locally at my local sports shop. They're going for about 160 bucks, which is not bad at all. Awesome scope, awesome piece. But there you go, Crossfire 2. Very nice. And then again, this is going to be their 3x9x40, and that is going to be their dead hold MOA BDC. And essentially, I'll try to show you what that looks like. But when you're shooting out further distances, your reticle, what you want it to look like is kind of crosshair, and then you want to have a couple of ticks. Awesome, awesome, awesome to have on the scope. And then kind of showing you what it looks like. They do a really good job making sure their stuff arrives safely to your location. They got the foam inserts, the plastic wrap, and then this scope is going to feature a lens cap as well. So just kind of taking all this stuff out of the box here. We're going to go ahead and open up our scope. So here is our 3x9x40. It's a little bit of a smaller lens objective, but for me personally, I'm going to be using this as a plinking toy. And then again, during that off season that I'm hunting, I will be using this as well. So it's just enough for what I need. Again, if you're shooting 150 yards, somewhere in that neighborhood, you'll be just fine with this scope. But you can see, honestly, it's really nice, high build quality, really good scope. And then let me take a look at that MOA. See them crosshairs. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And then again, I'm going to try to get a B-roll shot of what that looks like in my POV, and then kind of give you an idea of what I'm looking at here. This is awesome. This is awesome. So this does have a 40mm lens objective, and then it is a 9 magnification power scope. So you got this little dial right here. You give that a little twist, and it brings whatever you're looking at closer to you when you're looking downrange at your target. So really nice scope. You do have adjustable eye relief here at the back, which is just awesome. Makes it a little bit easier to get a more crisp and defined detail on this scope. And the beautiful thing is that the sight picture on this scope is honestly just amazing. And having that adjustable eye relief makes it just 10 times better when you're looking through this scope. Awesome product. If I can get this little paper wrap off, there we go. Awesome product. Really do love this. I'm excited to throw it on my 22 and take it to the range. Maybe that'll be another video. Good range day video. How about that? How are we feeling about that, guys? And then I do want to talk about the other goodies they throw in the box as well. You do have a microfiber cloth right here, usually branded VORTEX. This is just to clean your lens down. Again, they do include a lens cap with their scope. So if I grab that back real quick, we can see here, it goes over the front. And what I usually like to do with my scopes is do a cool little, whoops, mess that up. Cool little pattern right there, just like that. And that keeps any dust or anything from scratching up that lens, which is just what you want to protect everything. And then let's say you leave it in the gun case, it gets some dust on it. They give you a little cloth right here. You do get your owner's manual with this scope as well, which is also really nice. You have all that fun stuff. So that is the Crossfire. Now let's go ahead and talk about that Diamondback, shall we? So here is that Diamondback HD 2000. Let's go ahead and open this bad boy up. Got a sticker here on the bottom, make sure everything stays secured, which is awesome. And they have, I want to say too, when I ordered this stuff, they have some of the best customer service that I have seen. And inside the box here, we can see we get a little pouch right here. And then we get some other goodies here in the box as well. We got our battery, which we're going to need. Looks like we got a lanyard piece. Again, another microfiber cloth. And then another little lanyard to wrap around your wrist. So let's say you're out, whatever, maybe you're on a boat, hit a wave, you drop it, it catches itself on your wrist. So got all that fun stuff. Let's go ahead and set this bad boy up. Now it's going to be in this little pouch right here. Got a little elastic band, pull down then up, and then you have your rangefinder. And this is really nice material right here. It's got a couple of straps on it, and it's got a little belt loop on it, so that way you can chuck it on your belt. You're outside, you can just pull that bad boy out of your pocket and do some rangefinder. I'm struggling. Do some range finding. Daggone it. And then here is our Diamondback HD 2000. This is a really, really nice rangefinder, and they're going for, I believe, roughly around 200. Yeah, somewhere in that neighborhood, around 260, I think, somewhere in that neighborhood. I could be wrong, but we're going to take a little battery here, open that bad boy up, and then we're going to open it up from the underside here. You got a little compartment, pull that little tab up, unscrew, and then you'll just drop your battery down in there, like so, and then tighten all that back up. Sooner or later. There we go. And then that tightens up. Then you got a couple of different buttons up here. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. The menu button, I can't remember exactly what it does, but the measure button obviously measures the distance. So I'm going to kind of peek around the corner here. Make sure the battery's working. Oh, yeah. Really simple device. You just point it where you want to go. You've got two different systems here. So this right here on the bottom actually matches what you're finding the distance of, and then this right here is what you actually view out of. Okay, so just going over everything again. Your max reflective field of view is going to be up to 2,000 yards. You can spot a tree at 1,800, a deer at 1,400, and your minimum is going to be 5. So if you're 5 yards away from something, you're trying to scan it, it's going to pick up, but if you're any closer, it's not. So that's, 5 yards is a little bit close to be trying to measure something, to be fair. Your magnification is going to be ×7 on this, and it just has a little peephole right here. This little rubber bit where your eye sits is going to be where you adjust your magnification. It's got a belt clip on it, which is really nice, but I think for me personally, the pouch that it comes in is more than enough for me. You just drop that bad boy in there, and then you're good to go. And then when you're outside and you need it, it's right there. Throw it on your belt. And I think that's probably how I'm going to rock this thing, because this is a neat little product. Well, that's going to conclude everything for this episode of High Noon Tactical, folks. I hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, do me a huge favor. Hit that subscribe button and make sure your notification bell is on. And send this to a friend who also enjoys gun stuff. And until the next video, stay rootin', tootin', shootin', and I'll catch you next time.